Hello, Leo. How are you doing? Welcome. The lunar eclipse. We're here to talk about that. We're here to talk about that and see what messages are coming through for you. We're going to use the Oracle deck, Sacred Symbols, and then we're going to continue with Tarot. As you can see, I'm shuffling the deck. Okay, so Leo, there's, we just had the lunar eclipse, and the moon was in Aquarius, which is opposite your sign. So there is definitely something about relationships here. And with the symbolism there of the moon in Aquarius, there's an energy of a reciprocation. Like, you might be like analyzing your emotion, your your emotional state, yes, but also just your relationships. Like, who is in your life, maybe prioritizing who is who you're prioritizing your time for. But we're gonna see. Let's see what comes through here. So there's a lot to do with relationships going on. So let's get to it. Got your first card. Safe travels. Interesting. Boundaries. Air. And trust. Okay. Well, Leo, you are definitely a very vibrant sign. I mean, there could be something where you're going on a trip soon. Maybe a trip with people, and I don't know why this is coming to mind, but maybe this trip represents an emotional marker. Like, you've reached this point in, like, a turning point. You're maybe you're treating this vacation or this trip as something as like you're giving back to yourself. You've overcome something in your recent past. It's like maybe you're looking at this as an opportunity to set boundaries in a physical way, but like the important thing is like when you get back, when you come back home, that maybe it's like a mantra. You go to this vacation or this trip, maybe just a weekend trip to someplace in nature, and you're getting grounded, and then when you come back, you're then going to put up your boundaries against someone. And I'm not seeing how this is connecting yet, but maybe the more I talk, it'll make more sense. There's something about making a decision, or you're learning how to proceed. You're learning something, but also I think through that there's like a decision that needs to be made, and you need to trust that. There's some development growing about setting boundaries with people, and I think many of you might be going on a trip, and perhaps that maybe be intentional about that trip, like what it could represent as like a new chapter of your life, So maybe the learning aspect is the trust, is like trusting in the boundary, trusting yourself, putting yourself first instead of someone else. Not sure. Let's take a look. Let's go into tarot. So we're going to do Celtic Cross. I've already done the shuffles. Ooh, High Priestess on the bottom. So something about intuition you're tapping into. All right, first card. The Fool. Beautiful. Okay. A new start. Something is beginning, or you are taking... It might be that trip you're about to go on. There's something about new. Let's see what else. King of Swords. Okay. Boundaries. Definitely boundaries. It seems as though and trust. And the King of Swords is also air. So there's something about like atonement, or like trusting yourself. So this might be that, or it could be that you're taking a new path, or you're on a new trajectory, or maybe this might be a new approach of and a way of thinking. And it's like you're taking charge, taking authority, but also learning not to be too, let's say, strict or rigid with yourself. It's like you still need to be adaptable, but you're learning to put up boundaries, be discerning, take authority. It's exciting energy. Okay, let's see what else. Ace of Wands. So this is the cause. It seems like this is the reason why this situation has begun. So a passion. Okay, so it seems like a passion is emerging for you. And that would explain the Fool. And something about trusting. I feel as though this is like you have a new creative vision that you are learning to be determined or resilient at pursuing it, not seeking validation in anyone else. Maybe that's the boundary there. But there's something about an energy of not being too rigid. Maybe this is like, maybe you do have your guard up, or like you feel very passionate about this and you don't want anyone to get in your way. But it's also like the wall in the back there represents what the King of Swords doesn't see. And that can be very valuable information. I think that this, in this context, is being receptive. So holding up boundaries, yeah, and the decision, okay, yeah. So holding your boundaries, like moving towards your convictions, taking action. Here's the taking action part, making a decision, and then trusting it. And I don't know, maybe this might be a business trip, or a vacation, like we said at the beginning. But something is brewing here. Something a beginning. Let's take a look. What else? Page of Cups. Okay, so potentially a romance. Or this might just be okay, so this might be a this might have shifted a little bit now. This could be a new relationship. Um, it doesn't seem like you're taking it too emotionally. It seems as though it's like it's just exciting. Like maybe you're just kind of it's a new relationship that maybe I don't know, maybe in your past people have been kind of like, oh, be careful about, you know, this person or something of that sort. And that might be why the King of Swords is here, is like you're holding your ground in just having fun and not thinking too much. And you might be having some other people that are saying to you, well, be careful, you know what you get like, or something like that. And take it as it resonates, leave the rest. But so there might be something about a new romance. Um, and yeah. Now, let's say this might be a different situation. Perhaps you're taking a new leap of faith in a relationship, but um, the challenge is to not be too guarded. That's a different thing. Um, it's like there's a new opportunity here. Um, and the test is to not be like over analyzing or being too strict. Like that might have been you in the past that's saying to yourself, well, don't get too involved because you know how you get. And that might be why we're not seeing the Ace of Cups, which is an emotional, a potential emotional journey or emotional start. This is a passionate start. So it's like you're excited about it, but you're still curious. So it seems as though you might have met someone in your recent past, and the test is to not be too rigid about. It's like still being rigid, still being flexible enough to where you still hold your boundaries, but you're not gonna get too rigid. There's the trust. Okay, so it seems as though you're learning to trust this uh, this potential relationship, and maybe some of you are traveling to meet this person, and that might be why you're a little bit hesitant. Um, anyway, let's see what else comes through. Nine of Cups. Okay, so there's you know there's two cups coming out now. It seems as though you're trusting this. This is gonna sound funny, but emotional leadership. It's like you're taking authority towards this. Like you just want to feel. Maybe it's like a passion, but you're not exactly like okay, so there's a warning about this is like not getting too consumed in the momentum of this relationship building quickly. Um, it's like still be discerning. There's a strong message of the balance between boundaries and feeling and trusting, you know? So this is it's like a caution of, you know, trusting the journey, trusting yourself in the progression of the relationship, while still keeping, your feet on the floor, you know. Did we have grounding here? I think we No, we didn't. That was in the previous one. So I'm getting a message here that some of you might, still be healing from a previous relationship, and this is might be why you're a little cautious. It's like you want this relationship to blossom, right? You're curious about it. It's exciting. It's a potential new beginning. It's like a chance to start fresh with someone new. Maybe. Uh, but I do feel like some of you are still healing from something, or maybe it's like you're learning to not project any insecurities onto a new relationship. It's like maybe you're worried about yourself being too much. Not sure. So you're kind of being rigid with yourself. It's like maybe you're not being cold with the other person. I mean, I don't know, maybe you are, but something to take into consideration. But more so, the challenge is to not cut yourself off or cut your feelings off and start thinking too much, like, am I being too much? Or um yeah, it's a test. Trust. Eight of Cups, this has been showing up a lot. Eight of Cups, uh yeah, this is leading with your emotions, like learning to put your emotions out there, allowing yourself to feel vulnerable with someone new. You can see that this figure is, they're on a journey, they're moving somewhere, and I think that that's definitely you. You're a little uncertain, but you want to at least give this a try. I say you're uncertain because in tarot, whenever a figure is facing away from the card, there is ambiguity, and they're also facing away from the sun, which is a lack of clarity. And the cups are emotions. Eights are about a journey, taking that leap into the next chapter. So, strong new relationship vibes coming out through here. So, let's take a look at your energy, and let's get some advice on how you're feeling. Let's take a look at what you're feeling. Seven of Pentacles. So you're being cautious. You're wanting. You're being. I think you're being strict with yourself, and the challenge is to not be too strict with yourself. Uh, yeah. So you're wanting to build this relationship, but you are cautious. It's almost like you're being very analytical about how you feel. And it's interesting because I think you're still hesitant on your intent. I don't know if it's intentions or your expectations. It's like you're not sure of what you're trying to build with this person. It's like you don't know the long term, the long term, right? But that might be why you're being hesitant, you know? And it's like the very thing that you're guarding yourself from causes you to feel guarded. You know what I mean? You have to have faith in a new relationship. I mean, it's just how it goes. Uh, yeah, take the leap of faith. Not every person's the same. Um, and hey, you've always got me as your guardian to bark at you whenever you might walk off a cliff. But anyways, jokes aside, that might be a friend actually. Anyway, that might be actually useful for you. Maybe you confide in a friend, get some advice from someone else. It helps you to stay grounded. Um, and this is the first, pentacles, which is the earth. So there's a lot of cups, one wands, and the Fool and the King of Swords. So there's a lot of like feeling going on, but it's kind of it's still very like it's strange. It's like you might have some fantasies or something about this person. Um, and this is why you might be forcing yourself to be more practical. So there's an imbalance going on. Let's see what else. We have the Knight of Wands. So it seems as though this might be the potential growth of the relationship or this other person that you're in relation to. Either they are there's some passionate feelings coming on. I think you know what I mean. They're attracted to you, or you're attracted to them. Maybe this is a person that you have your eye on and you want to pursue them. Vice versa. It seems like this is a very new relationship with the Page of Wands, the Fool, and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is when you're taking action and motion towards something that's passionate. But sometimes that can be impulsive. And what's interesting is we just entered the fire horse, the year of the fire horse. And it's important to know what you want. And it seems like if you're looking for love, it's important to know what you want. And it seems as though you're a little hesitant. It's like I don't see anything that's too, trivial here. It just seems like you're trying to learn how to trust the process, maybe trust this person. And it's natural to feel a little bit hesitant in a relationship. I just got another message. What's interesting here is this could talk about, like I said, you are taking that leap of faith to see where this relationship goes. Now, also, don't make sure that this doesn't turn into an escapism where it gets too much and then you back out, or maybe it gets too deep and you you know, we all get scared sometimes. But if that's the case, it's like you have to know what you're getting yourself into. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to know why are you getting this relationship started? There has to be something more than just intensity. There has to be some substance behind it. And maybe this is your gut telling you, what is that? I mean, if we go back to what I said before, like at the beginning of the video, you're kind of reevaluating relationships, and this might be like new relationships. Maybe there's new people that are coming into your life. Maybe you want that. Maybe you want new people to come into your life. You're moving away from people that have kept you kind of tied down. I'm not sure there, but it seems as though there's something about learning and making a decision to trust yourself and the process of a new relationship while still protecting your own space, but not being too rigid. I think many of you are in this kind of liminal space, like whoever this message is for, you're at this point where maybe you've gone through a series of relationships and you've learned a few things, but you're still a little sensitive, and you're just looking for someone. Like maybe you want something for the long term, and this is like maybe the temptations to connect on a physical level, but also it might be the other person that's like coming in very strong towards you. And maybe this Page of Cups is also a message of letting your, let's say, expectations and your setting your boundaries, the boundaries card again, so that you are respecting your own space, you're being honest with the other person, and so the relationship grows. You have to provide the space in order to trust. Let that one sink. In the meantime, let's keep going. So, High Priestess. That's what we saw at the beginning. So, it seems as though it's you want to. I think you are sensing things, but you're not trusting them, right? Maybe that's coming back to what I just said about setting your boundaries and letting your expectations be known with this other person. That you have to trust your intuition. Okay. And the last card. Let's look at the final outcome. Beautiful. This is one of the most Leo cards in the tarot deck. So we're looking at the Six of Wands. This is like triumph, winning, recognition when you've earned something. So it seems as though when you, I think this is a strong message coming through here. Let your expectations be known and your boundaries. Let's just say you've just come out of a relationship, or you haven't been in a relationship in a while and you're a little sensitive, just be aware of your own emotions and trust them. But you have to communicate them. And I think that this is what this is saying. It's like, in order for your Leo fire to be recognized, you have to speak and be transparent to let it come out, because it seems as though whoever this is wants you. It could be that, and you want each other. There's definitely a desire here. You want to move past whatever is, being within you that's being too guarded. Like, you want to have faith in this becoming real. So I think that just trusting your intuition, communicating how you feel, and you're set. Those are my messages for you, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.